Hey everyone, this is Ink right here. I'm kind of making this video out of the blue because I wanted to talk about this. About an hour ago from when I'm recording this, Project Tiger Moth premiered. You might be wondering what the heck I'm talking about, but as you can see, it was a little Thomas project, where they were trying to replicate the original model series from the 80s and 90s. For many of us, that is the most familiar and the definitive Thomas. Um, and I just say it. I'm just gonna say it for all of us here. It is the best version of Thomas. Because after season 5, there was a little movie that came out called Thomas the Magic Railroad, and a lot of us know the story. Things were never really the same after that. So this guy called Flying Pringle, his name's actually Jacob. Him and his team decided to make a little thing here, which is a full episode perfectly replicating the style of season 5. And my god, I think they did justice. I think Project Tiger Moth is, I'm just going to say it, it is the best fan work I have ever seen online. Like, for anything, really. It perfectly captures, like, what you could mistake this screenshot probably for, like, a brand new spanking official Thomas episode. It looks that amazing. Which leads me to my first point. Like, wow, everything was so accurate. I think I have a little nitpick with their coats of paint. I think their paint looks a little off. The faces also need a little adjusting. That said, they look spot on. All the eye movements, all of the just the chugging along. It just all looks like the old show again. The set design is so well done. I don't know what else to say. It just looks great. I think the lighting is a little off too, but even then, that's a nitpick because it still has that gritty feel that I love so much from season 5. Um, Obviously, they're not just doing this for props either. They actually told a very heartwarming story of Toby missing his old line and just yearning to not be get past his boomer phase and actually be able to work. But then he runs into his old shed again. Sir Topham Hatt had actually discovered it a little while before. If you actually watch season 5, this kind of lines up with a little hole in that canon. So yeah, I definitely think it is a it's a bittersweet episode. I wish some characters got more time, but at least a lot of the characters that got at least a bit of cameo appearances and stuff. I just appreciate they put attention to detail with, like, hey, the characters will cameo, but like they all don't need to have a role here. So I thought this episode was just very good. I don't think it's my favorite story or anything, but I think they did a solid job writing it. I had an enjoyable time with it. The narration was fantastic too. I keep forgetting the name of the guy who did it, but he sounds very much like Alec Baldwin did when he did Thomas at one point. Like it just sounds phenomenal. I just needed to get this out. Like, you guys need to go watch Project Tiger Moth, even if you're not nostalgic for Thomas or anything. I think this is incredible. Like, go watch like a season 5 episode of Thomas. Like, just you can just look up season 5 on YouTube, then watch this, and you'll be like, wow, that is actually pretty accurate. Because that is how fans should do it. They should always dedicate themselves into just making something so passionate and full of love and just overall just a real just kick in the heart. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's those kinds of things that make me love these kids shows. It's those kinds of things that when fans can sit here and say, shut the heck up, these are more than kids shows. We have big fandoms here and we want to get it out there. So yeah, I personally think Project Tiger Moth is probably one of the best things this fandom has ever done, and it's gonna be remembered. Anyone who sees this will remember it, not just for the spectacle that the fans tried to cram into it from the glory days, but they just really tried to tell us something here. Tell the people and the corporations who are just like, hey, we don't give a poop about these little steam engines, but in reality, we do, and that is what will always matter to us. So yeah, I just needed to get a little vent out of me. Go watch Project Tiger Moth, and a real video will be up next week. See you guys later.